A legitimate question for the men, the males of TikTok. Why are y'all so intimidated by successful women? Women that work full time, women that own businesses, entrepreneurs, women who hold their own, buy their own, pay their bills, buy their own stuff. Why does that intimidate y'all so bad? Like, I genuinely want to know. So, why are y'all intimidated by this? I need to know.
Before anything else, I want to make this very clear. There is no man in the world who is intimidated by a successful woman. Men don't just want the attitude that some successful women come with. Because a woman having money is not a problem. The problem starts when a woman thinks that her money replaces her femininity. It replaces peace in a man's life. It replaces cooperation. So, no, men don't fear successful women. Men don't just want disrespectful women who come with an ego. Now, we are going to break all of this down. And if I miss something, share it in the comment section. And before we get into it, please, if you're tired of all this crazy talk, all this double standard, all this disrespect men are going through in today's world, smash the subscribe button. Because here we are building a community that respects men, a community that respects and values masculinity. So if you're in support of that, hit that subscribe button. Now, one thing women should understand about men is that men don't compete with women. Men compete with other men. I don't think there is a man sitting here and shivering because he knows a woman who has a job. I mean, we are surrounded by women who work. I don't think there is a man who is being threatened by a woman simply because that woman is working. It's the mode of life for everyone. Women are working, men are working. So why do you think all of a sudden a man will just get up and be intimidated by a woman just because she's working? I don't know any man on earth who is doing that. And I know why you say these things. It's because when you have a career, you think men should give you a certain level of attention because of career. But you having a career does not impress men. No, your career does not intimidate any man, and your career does not impress any man. What impresses a man as a woman is your attitude, your femininity, your possibility and capabilities to bring peace to a man's life, to support, to cooperate, not your resume, not your money. That's just secondary to it. And that's not the most important as far as men are concerned. Because what you have to understand is that success is not a substitute for femininity. Because men don't choose women based on status. You could see a guy who is a CEO dating a lady working in McDonald's. She has no status, but the guy is going for her. It should tell you that men don't choose women based on status. Women do choose men based on status, but that's not the other way around. Women date up, but men date based on peace, on loyalty, on femininity, on respect, on beauty, I think I said it already, on loyalty. So you can own 10 to 15 businesses, you can be a millionaire. But if you are disrespectful, if you are argumentative, if you are masculine, if you are very loud, a man will pass. Because men don't care about that. Men know they have to hustle no matter what. Always remember that as a woman, your success might make you valuable to a company, but it doesn't make you valuable in a man's eyes. So if your goal is to get a good husband, a good man, and you think you're going to use your success to get him, you're doing the wrong thing. It's not going to work. Because what we see, especially nowadays, is that a lot of women don't know how to turn off their boss mode into a wife or a girlfriend or a companion mode. They leave work, they go home, and they talk to their man as if their man was their employee. So men are not intimidated by your success. Men are simply turned off by your wannabe dominance. That's it. And guys, if you're finding this truthful, or if this is resonating with you so far, smash the subscribe button. Share with your brother who needs to watch this. And give me your own point of view in the comment section. Let's all have this conversation going on. Because what all of us men can agree to is, as a woman, you can lead all day at work. That's fine. But if you come back home and you want to lead your man, he's going to disappear. Period. Because there is no reasonable, sound minded man who is going to entertain that. A man would rather live in the street than to accept that kind of dominance where he's not respected. And another hidden truth is that a lot of women who says this, they don't actually want men. They just want a validation from men. They want men to clap for them. They want men to worship and honor them. So usually when you start talking to a man, he can sense that. He can understand that you are not really looking for a partner. You're looking for someone to validate your feelings. And when he refuses, you automatically think he's just intimidated by your success. That's not true, I can guarantee you. Because there is no man on earth who goes up to a lady who wants to date a lady and they think, let me date her achievements. No, man wants to date a lady, not her achievements. He wants to date you, not your achievements. So when you sit here, instead of putting your femininity in front, instead of putting your cooperation, your loyalty, your good character in front, you put your profession. And then when a man says, no, this is not for me, you think he's intimidated. So most men avoid successful women not because of their achievements, but because of the entitlement they come with. And every guy will agree to this. A lot of women think because of their achievement, they deserve the top 1% of men. But what the top 1% of men is looking for is not your achievements because they have everything. They want something they don't have, which only a woman can bring to the table, and that's femininity. So when you're bringing your achievements to someone who already has everything and who is not impressed by what you've got, you're always going to think he's intimidated. And those men don't even have time to explain to you why. They just sign you out and they move on. Because in the dating market, it's easier to find women who look the same than to find successful men. The ratio is undebatable. So always remember that men are just tired of women who think their success gives them the right to be disrespectful. And when you listen to the way that lady is talking, you can understand that she's full of disrespect. She's full of herself. She thinks she's the best thing that ever happened. And so she's wondering, I'm this amazing, I'm this beautiful, I have everything going on for me. I deserve the best. But why is the best not coming? Maybe it's because the best is intimidated by my success. You're getting it wrong. You're getting it completely wrong. And listen, guys, this is mainly for guys who think they can still find something in dating. I know a lot of guys who don't even want to date anymore, who are just signing out. And if that is you, I made something free for you. It's called the opt out decision test. It's not like motivation, it's just a mirror in front of you. It will help you decide if you want to date or you don't want to date for now. The link is on the description of this video. It's free. Check it out. Do the test and then make your informed decision, but from data. Now, if there is any lady watching this, I want you to know that if you think you are successful and you have all the money that it takes, always know that your bills being paid does not scare a man. Your mouth scares a man. So be mindful of what you say if what you're looking for is a real man. Because majority of men have just opted out of dating. The few who are left, they know what they want and they are not going to entertain any BS. And to you, my G's, always remember, never go for what she has. Never go for her career. Never go for the money she has. Always go for peace of mind, for respect, for loyalty. Always choose a woman because she's peaceful and she's respectful. Because I've seen scenarios where some men see a woman with money and think she's matured. But that's not true. Money doesn't mean emotional stability. Far from it. So if she's successful but combative, bro, she's a liability. Don't near her. You will regret later on. And always remember, here we support masculinity. So always go for a woman who supports and respects masculinity, who knows and understands gender roles, who knows that a man should be a leader, a provider, a protector. A woman should be submissive. She should be peaceful. She should be calm. She should be supportive. She should be a companion. When she does that, you can go all the way for her. You can put your life on the line for her because she deserves it. Especially in a world like today when, quite frankly, we don't find those women as we used to before. So be mindful of what you're looking for. Anyways, bro, share with your brother who needs to watch this. I'll be happy to read your own opinion in the comment section and see you in the next one. Copy that. I'm just from the gym and I decided to shoot this video in the car before going upstairs to shower and go along with my day. Take care.